Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Devil May Cry 3. Last time we fought Garion the Time Steed, and he imparted the Quicksilver style to us. It's one of two bonus styles that cannot be leveled up, but it's extremely powerful on its own. It's the spiritual successor to the Bangle of Time, which means that it allows us to significantly slow down time. We'll swap Cerberus out for Naman, and then we will get started on Mission 13, Chaos's Warm Welcome. Battle of Blood and Brothers. You know what that means. Virgil 2 is coming up. And last we saw of him, he had just finished Beowolf off and taken his soul to use as a devil arm. Also, we haven't seen these guys in a little while. Damned pawns. Only two kinds of pawns. Pawns and damned pawns. And a new kind of damned chess piece. This one is significantly more dangerous than its mostly immobile cousins. That one casts a point-blank AoE, flame explosion, and also has some Navan-style fireball projectiles. So let's get acquainted with our new power. Yeah, okay. Oof, for a second I thought I clipped me. So, Quicksilver uses our double trigger gauge. And he uses it pretty quickly, so you want to buy up as many purple orbs from the shop as you can get. I think you get 7 total. And they increase in cost with each one you buy. But with proper management of the meter and a lot of taunting, you can really abuse the shit out of that. It's a really powerful ability that I'm not going to be using too much because it would almost feel like cheesing the game out. Also, take note of this as you're going down the spiral staircase. That leads to just a really long secret mission with no gimmicks. It's just a lot of enemies in a long combat arena. So we can't go in this room yet, but take note of that gate with the blue orb locked behind it. We will be back into that room. And I think at the opposite end of this corridor is just like a vital star or something. Oh no. Do I have these mixed up? I can't grab that. Son of a bitch. It's not that important. It's not a key item or anything. Okay, no. It is a lot of damn pawns. A lot of damn chess pieces in general. We're gonna meet the knight at some point in this mission, I do believe. Just gotta be careful, especially when there are so many around. Also, take note of how much style meter gets built up when you double trigger explosion around a big group of enemies. Not only extremely damaging, good for the style. Speaking of which, today I want to take a second and go over something about the style system. Ooh, right after we do this light reflecting puzzle. There's a gimmick to this. If you look around the room, you'll note that this statue up in the upper left is a red herring, and that there's a mysterious glow coming behind that breakable wall. So what we actually have to do is redirect the beams of light into that room by breaking these two mirrors. And then breaking the third one in the middle of this hallway. There we go. So, namely what I wanted to talk about is the difference between your style rank and style points. Style points, for all intents and purposes, are just experience points for your currently equipped style. You know, like Trickster or Gunslinger or whatever. Every enemy in the game is worth a set number of style points, regardless of difficulty. Some of them are high-value targets, others, like Hellprides, are worth relatively little. Almost all bosses are worth 7,000, but a few of them give 0 points. I think all the Virgil fights give 0, and a few others. If you want a full breakdown, there is a page on Phantom Babies that has all of the enemy values on there, and I'll put that in the description. This is one of the criteria that you're being ranked on at the end of missions as well. The style grade on the ranking screen isn't about making the stylish bar go up during combos or maintaining it. It's about killing as many high-value targets as you can. At this point, I'm going to go with Trickster and, yeah, just set some dominoes up for the next mission. Trickster, now that I have it at level 2, has a double dash. So I can dash twice successively on the ground, and it also comes equipped with Air Star, which is an air dash, which you can use anytime. You can, yeah, like that. So you can double jump air dash, you can use one jump air dash, and then your second jump. It's very nice.
Why isn't this working? Is there something missing? Must more blood be shed?
You seem to be in a bad mood.
Dante.
So, my mother's amulet is the key that unlocks the door to the demon world. Good plan, Pop.
Just the opposite, actually. Originally, it was the key to the demon world, but was given to humans as a gift.
It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. More importantly, I've come all this way. I'm sure you have time for one more game, right?
Why not? After all, we share the same blood. I'll just use more of yours to undo Daddy's little spell.
So, you want a piece of me, literally? Okay, bro. Come and get it, if you can.
Our first glimpse of Virgil losing his composure a little bit. But in the battle, he's back to his old composed, concentrating self. His old motivated self. He does not fight like he did the first time, though, especially now that he is Beowulf. So he starts off just showing off the Beowulf moveset. He does two main combos, one of them being the rising kicks. Sometimes he'll use an alternate version, starting off of that, the Killer Bee. Now begins one of the first differences between Virgil 1 and Virgil 2. His Devil Trigger form, which, much like your own, he loses a lot of hit stun that he would normally take. He does a lot more damage, he is faster, and he regenerates health while in Devil Trigger form. A couple good hits will knock him out of it, though. And again, he can still parry you into a full combo. And it looks like he's starting his next phase, where he starts doing judgment cuts. And now he is the full combined moveset of the beginning of this fight and the entirety of his moveset from the first fight. Which means he has quite a lot of variation he can throw at you between the Yamato and Beowulf. And his Devil Trigger form. I should have dashed to the side. Whoa. Ah. So the old floating trick from the first fight still works pretty well here, but you have to be a tad more careful because the angle Killer Bee can hit you at, which is Beowulf's dive kick. Luckily, Trickster is really handy here. Especially at level 2.
Sorry, but this is no place for a little girl. So beat it.
Shut up!
foolish girl.
Bravo! Bravo! I never dreamed that things would go so smoothly. Well done, everyone. Well done.
You.
Don't be a bad girl, Mary. Or you can expect a spanking from Daddy later. Just as gonna spank you, but spank you on the
Insane
butt.
buffoon! I don't know where you came from, but you don't belong here. Now leave!
Zowie, that was close. But you've taken quite a trouncing today, haven't you, Virgil? You could have chopped me into confetti by now if you were in tip-top condition.
Damn you!
You have lost.
Because you underestimated humans.
What's going on?
Good girl. Pure and innocent. Just like your mother.
You bastard!
It's time for your spanking, my dear. You want to know why the spell didn't break? Virgil? You have the 2 amulets and Sparta's blood. You had everything you needed to unleash the evil.
I told you before, I don't like anybody who has a bigger mouth than mine.
You are wounded and weak. Even I can do this to you.
2 amulets. A set of Sparta's blood. Now, I need one more key. He sacrificed 2 things to suppress the tremendous force of this tower. His own devil's blood and a mortal priestess. I needed you, in whose body flows the same blood as the sacrificed woman. His spell cannot be undone without your blood.
It was quite a ride, you know. If any of you had died before getting here, our little plan would have gone to waste. Ha! Therefore, my job was to make you battle each other in order to weaken you. But at the same time, I had to guide you here and make sure that you were kept alive. I even went so far as dressing like a complete idiot. It's time for bed, Mary. You can visit your dear mother. Whoa!
Try me.
It's time for the clown to bow out, Arkham.
Dude, the show's over.
Impressive. I expected nothing less from the Devil's descendants. But aren't you forgetting something, Virgil? The spell is broken. What do you think will happen next? Let's welcome chaos. Just sit and wait. Wait for the birth of a new god. I shall take over the power of Sparta!
That's a really fantastic cutscene with a lot of story revelations. We aren't done for today, though. We are going to head right into the next mission. We got double stuffed Devil May Cry tonight.
Are you gonna go?
Yes, I'm going to finish him off.
Well, you might as well forget it, because you're no match for him.
Regardless, I must go. I had a chance to stop him before, but I couldn't. I'm responsible for all this mess.
Responsible? Does it bother you that much?
He's my father. Besides, who else can undo what he's done? A demon like you wouldn't understand.
Father and family, huh? Well, I'll go too. But you better hurry if you don't want me to take all the credit.
Lair of Judgment Ruins. The first thing we're going to do is run counterclockwise around the column to find what are these glowing items. Beowulf! Finally, after getting teased a couple missions back, we can collect Beowulf as our new devil arm for ourselves. Beowulf, the fifth and final devil arm of the game. Not only am I eager to put these on, you actually have to equip them to advance. There's a really weak combat adjudicator blocking the way. Of course, we'll pick up air hike and beast uppercut. Unfortunately, I don't have enough orbs left over for that rising dragon ender. We'll see that soon enough. So, meet the cousin of Ifrit. Every individual hit in the combo can be charged up for more damage. Like I was saying, the cousin of Ifrit. Except with that, with Killer B, one of the easiest moves in the game to jump cancel also happens to be one of the most damaging. Match made in heaven. So it's a lot like Ifrit, except I actually like Beowulf. Devil May Cry 3's improved game feel, its flexibility, and Beowulf being more mobile. Like, just the addition of Killer B is what does it for me. I like it more than Ifrit from 1, Eric's from DMC, and I almost like it more than Gilgamesh, which you'll get to see in Devil May Cry 4 when I get around to that. But there's one tiny little thing that I love about Gilgamesh that Beowulf cannot match, and it's distorted real impact annihilating bosses. Level 3 Swordmaster does give us a version of that, though, a certain real impact combo. But it's not quite as ridiculously devastating. So, Beowulf's designer in the art book cites that the basis for Beowulf's design, not the weapon, but the actual boss we fought, as Pazuzu, and specifically Pazuzu from The Exorcist. Not necessarily any of the other mythological depictions of Pazuzu. And someone in the comments made the connection to Beowulf actually being more like Grendel. And it's a pretty apt comparison, I think, given how Beowulf behaved. We got a room full of dull hands. I really don't like this enemy. They will try to anti-air you, as you saw, but with the Trickster air dash, it's pretty easy to just use that to get behind them. They're fucking super annoying, though. Yeah, because you get that invincibility from the Trickster air dash. You know, I was reading something else in the Devil May Cry art book. There's some promo art of Dante with his feet picked up at the desk of his office. He's taking a call, and there's a bunch of stuff in the image that they had to remove before it actually made out as part of the marketing materials. Like, there's this amazing line out of context, which is the artist saying, "I even researched the texture of potato chips for the composition of the image." I just really fucking appreciate how dumb that quote sounds. Oh, that poor artist. They had to remove the potato chips. All his hard research gone to waste. Oh, yeah. Okay. Since we have the dull hands dealt with, we can go back to playing around with our newly acquired Devil Arm Beowulf. So we got a bunch of big revelations from the cutscene at the end of the last mission. Arkham was manipulating Virgil, Dante, and Lady. Jester is an alter ego who's more dangerous than he appears. And to be honest, I really like how they execute that twist. Feels earned. You know, feels earned. Oh, I hope one of them lands right in front of me because I'm charging this rising uppercut. Yeah! Yeah! Right in front of it. Feels good to land any of those fully charged moves. Yeah, work for it. Going back to the cutscene though, just having knowledge of like storytelling, common cliches spoils a lot of it, but still. Even things like how heterochromia is a really common motif in Japanese storytelling that symbolizes duality. That should tell you a lot about Arkham. Like, and how hard they foreshadowed that twist. Also, remember how earlier I mentioned Ruben Langdon got them to change the character's name to Arkham because it sounded better? Well, Jester's name, if you remember, was originally going to be Joker. Those two fit together pretty well, don't they? Arkham and Joker? If not for that, I would have assumed Arkham was a Lovecraft reference. But I'm pretty sure both names are actually supposed to be Batman references. And this is previously where we fought Beowulf, but it's now a place called Hell's Highway. The geometry of everything has become impossible since Arkham activated Temeniguru. And the gimmick to this section is that each of these gated off rooms is going to spawn 2 waves of damned chess pieces. You fight them off, certain gates will open up. Oh man, I missed the charged up uppercut. And eventually you'll work your way around. You'll work your way around to the correct gate. Let's get a look at some of this Killer Bee canceling. Yep. Killer Bee jump cancels are pretty damn easy, and they are also really powerful. Like, any kind of dive kick that homes in is bound to be easy to jump cancel. There is a certain timing that you need to get correct. It's not totally brain dead, sleepwalk easy. Because if you don't jump cancel it in time, what will happen is you'll do 2 hits, and like that, you'll penetrate right through and hit the ground. And we finally get to the damn knights. One of my favorite damn chess piece designs, these guys. Demonic, spined horses. They really have fun with this motif, I find. They get a lot more creative with it than the Hell Army. You could do so much with the 7 Deadly Sins motif that they had, and they just didn't. They're all kind of minor variations or color swaps. To the point where it's very hard for me to remember which ones are which, as you've seen. Not the case with the chess pieces. Whoop. Yeah, so they have their little horn slash, and they can also stomp on you. Again, not too much to worry about. But you just have to keep an eye on them. Mostly you have to keep an eye on the shadows if you lose track of where they are on screen. And that should have been the second to last one, yeah. Because this is the blue orb we saw before. But with the geometry all twisted and impossible now, we're actually going to get to this from a way different way than you would have thought. Yeah! Oh, it feels good every time. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. And one more for you. Oop, gotta get out of there before the flames ignite. Little chandeliers. Ah. That was no good. Got Killer Bead into one of the explosions. Man, Beowulf feels even better in Devil Trigger form. Like, it just enhances the impact and the screen shake and the hit stop somehow. Phenomenal. So we somehow get back out here where we did our first light reflecting puzzle. This place is a really nice background now that I look at it. Those giant carved stone statues in the distance. Oop. And back to the subground water vein. So we're now back kind of in the area where we went to go fight Navan. Still infested with enigmas. Maybe a few of these guys will skate around. God, they crumble like cement. Oh, hey, there's one. Sliding and skating around a little bit. I gotta watch how short and stubby that his stinger is for Beowulf. And now we get teleported to the Love Planet, which was that strip club in the third mission of the game. So this should lead up to where we fought Cerberus before. Just kind of remixing all the environments we've been through. Except dilapidated and distorted. Now that is gonna do it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one. Man, I wish I could use that motorcycle as a fucking devil arm.